I'm Angelica Sidney for skedline.com. Humber Student Federation was founded in the early 2000s to replace the first Student Administrative Council. HSF represents 27,000 students across 3 different campuses: Lakeshore, Humber North, and Guelph Humber. It provides access to financial support, health, and dental insurance. It's a voice for Humber students and helps to bring change across all 3 campuses. On the HSF website, their mission statement is outlined by 4 values: accountability, quality, a hands-on approach, and student collaboration. Today, Sarah Sobansky spoke to Tim Brilhante, HSF president.
Hi, I'm Sarah Sobansky. I'm here with Skedline today to talk to Tim Brilhante, the president of the HSF. We're going to talk HSF. Hi, Tim. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. I just really wanted to say thanks for having me, and I'm really looking forward to the questions that you have set up for me, so thank you.
We really appreciate you coming down to Lakeshore for us. Okay, so let's start with what's on everybody's mind. What is the HSF, the Humber Student Federation?
Yeah, so well, you just said it. HSF stands for the Humber Students Federation, and we're basically the student government on campus, and we advocate for more than 27,000 students at Humber, as well as the University of Guelph Humber, and it's any full-time fee-paying student that we truly represent. So that's essentially the HSF in a nutshell. And a student can simply walk in and talk to any of our part-time student staff in the customer service, so right at the front desk. And HSF really exists for 3 main reasons. We provide essential services, significant leadership development, and social opportunities. And this is what our mission is based on. And our vision is really to offer students the greatest time of their life while they're studying at college.
So we all want to have a good time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and what about some of our tuition goes into the HSF, from what I understand?
Right, so anytime a full-time student pays their tuition fees, there's also a non-mandatory student government fee that goes along with it, and some other ancillary fees.
We have an insurance policy and a health and a dental. Is that done through HSF, or?
Yep, so one of the great benefits that we feel we truly offer students is a flexible health and dental insurance plan. And all students are basically enrolled in a balanced plan where you get a little bit of drug coverage and dental coverage, and there's also some practitioner coverage in there as well, and some vision care. So for me, I like to keep my teeth kind of white and clean, so I would probably use the dental plan a little bit more than the drug plan. But that's the great thing. We were actually the first student federation to offer a flexible insurance plan to all students. So we're really proud of that accomplishment. And also in terms of financial support, which you mentioned, was we offer financial bursaries. So our limit is up to $200,000, and we cap it at $500 per student. So it's really based on first come, first serve, and how much a student is in financial need.
Just talking more about money in HSF, do you make a salary?
Yeah, so one of the benefits of being in this position, it's kind of like an entry-level job in the real world. So the salary that comes along with any executive role is full-time in the summer, part-time once the school year begins for the VPs, but I'm still a full-time salaried employee, you could say.
Is there somewhere where everything is listed, where the money goes, and like somewhere transparent that students can look into this?
Absolutely. Transparency is one of our greatest values. We love to be super accountable to the student body, and all of our meeting minutes are posted from our board of director meetings, and that's where a lot of the policy or constitutional changes would take place. In terms of salary or finances, we do list our budget online, so you can simply go to humberlife.com, check out the governance section, and it's all listed on there for any student to access. So we're very transparent and open about how we spend student dollars. We're very thoughtful of every dollar being spent. How does it benefit the student body, and should we be spending on certain initiatives or not? So our board of directors are there to make sure that we're governed and our affairs stay purely directed for students.
And again, the board of directors is student elected as well?
Absolutely. So there are basically 10 board of directors, and there's 4 for the North Campus, 3 for Lakeshore, 2 for Guelph Humber, and 1 for Orangeville.
I was unable, and a lot of the Skedline reporters were unable to find the audits that were supposed to be posted in March. I'm not sure if you're aware, but UOIT, their funding was recently withheld because they did the same thing and didn't post their audits. Is that a concern for the Humber Student Federation?
Absolutely not. Before we post anything, it has to be approved by our board of directors. So we actually have a board meeting coming up tomorrow and Wednesday in Orangeville. So this is something where we'll be looking at our financial statements, and once the board of directors feel comfortable, we'll approve it, and then it will be posted online. But we have given access completely and openly to any students. So we're just very careful in the process. So we do things step by step. We don't like to put things up before it's officially completed.
There was $121,000 spent in lease holdings last year. Was that private? What did that go to?
So usually it's anything to do with like some operational and capital developments. So we have to always maintain our office space as well. So making sure that we're growing. They're looking to build a new welcome center, possibly, at the corner of Kipling and Lakeshore.
So this is going into a bank and building up money? Is that what this money was put into?
So basically I'm saying Humber is growing, and as Humber grows, the Humber Students Federation will equally grow. So it's going towards making sure that our spaces are suitable for not only the staff, part-time staff and executives, but also for our students to come and use the space. So it's going towards just maintaining and keeping everything up to date.
So renovation for like the HSF buildings and things like that?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Also, just going into the last little section, thank you so much for being here again.
Yeah.
But we're looking into media transparency as well. We've run into problems speaking about being transparent, and that's great that you guys post everything, but it seems that every time that a media outlet goes out and goes to cover an event, we run into the problem of forms, and you must put out so many forms, and even to ask about coverage, we had a reporter go out yesterday to ask about insurance coverage. Even as just a student, they said, you must fill out a form, you must do a media form. Who makes these forms, and what are they for, and what are they guarding against?
Right, so we have a very, very professional communications department, kind of dubs as our public relations as well. Essentially, the only reason why we request forms be filled out by any media is just to allow us to make sure that it's relevant to a certain vice president or certain staff member.
So the media forms are to categorize?
Right, so we want to just make sure, like, what is it that you're interested in so that we can direct you to the proper source. So sometimes people might not make that distinction. So it's just keeping the process smooth and fair for everyone. Also, we are students, so we do have timetables and classes and schedules just like everyone else. So this allows us to make sure that we can schedule appointments accordingly, because we just don't want to sit there and say, yeah, we'll come in on this day, and then not be there, right? It will look bad on us, and it wouldn't be fair to you guys.
Okay, but we're also talking about streeters and talking to people who come, like you guys have a lot of events going on in the L building on the second floor. But talking to them, they tend to comment, you'll have to fill out a media form, when we're just asking them, what are you doing right now? How's your event going? Things like that. Is there a general regimented scheme toward, not scheme's the wrong word. Is there a regiment, is it very regimented, the media outlets?
I guess, to be honest, each person is a little different, right? So I personally am a little bit more flexible. So if someone wanted to have, let's say, a weekly meeting to do just updates on HSF happenings for the week, and I actually had a recent reporter from the Humber, etc., approach me about that, and I said, sure, you don't necessarily have to fill out a form every week, because I get that you want to carry this on for the entire semester. So in that sense, I said, just send me an email on Friday if you want to meet on Monday, so that I have a sense and a reminder in my head that we are meeting, right? So it's not necessary, we're not rigid, we're not trying to prevent anyone from accessing information. We're just trying to keep the process fair for all, because we do get a lot of inquiries. It's not just a few students or a few certain places or classes. It's a lot of students. There's a lot of interest in what HSF is doing. So we just want to make sure everyone has an equal opportunity.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you again. Thank you so much for coming to see us.
It was a pleasure.
The interview was great. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.